Thank you so much for joining me. This is Dustin Guinee. You've reached Open Minds, Open Hearts. And today is session 23, Grateful Now. And we'll be going into gratitude and the power of gratitude, the science of gratitude, some everyday gratitude practices that you can do to bring more thankfulness into your lives. And then I'll guide you through a body scan meditation where we will be thanking different parts of our body for their service. So looking forward to that. In case you missed the last session, session 22, Mindful of My Growth Mindset, that is up online on my website, YouTube channel, podcast stations. Hope you can check it out if you haven't checked it out. Some really great information from Carol Dweck, who wrote the book Mindset and pioneered the idea of growth mindset. And we talked about how that relates to meditation and mindfulness and ever expanding in our awareness in our growth mindset and being aware of that constrictive mindset. So go ahead and check that out. You can check it out, openmindsopenhearts.org. And as always, these are free sessions to join first and third Wednesday of every month. If you'd like to leave a donation to keep all the tools and lights running, you can do that at openmindsopenhearts.org/donations. Always much appreciated. And with that, let's go ahead and get into today's topic, gratitude. So I wanted to start by setting an intention for our session today. And some intentions for this session on gratitude could be, my intention is to see the cup of my life as half full rather than half empty. My intention is to reflect on what I'm grateful for in my life. My intention is to find gratitude in difficult situations or with difficult people. And that one can be a tricky one. But can we even find gratitude for those difficult situations and see the growth opportunity there? So take a minute to meditate on your intention for today's session on gratitude. Your intention for the rest of your day, the rest of your week. And usually that first intuition is the right direction. So let's follow that path. So I did want to share with you guys a few quotes on gratitude. The first one is Robert Brault, who is an American author. And he says, enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. And I really do love this quote. It's so simple and straightforward. And yet I think it gets to the heart of what gratitude practice really is all about, in that it's not so much about the big ticket items, the money in the bank, the fancy house, the cars, the fame, whatever these kind of outside things that we chase. Generally, at the end of the day, those aren't the things that make us happy or make us feel fulfilled, right? It's the smaller things. It's the smile that you shared with a loved one. It's the hug that you shared with a friend or a partner. It's playing with your kids and just having 5 minutes of just pure playtime without worrying about your emails or your text messages. Those little moments are often the most important moments of our lives. And so the gratitude practice really is a practice of reflecting on those little precious moments. All right. So Oprah Winfrey, as I'm sure many of you all know who Oprah Winfrey is. Who doesn't know who Oprah is? Um, Former talk show host, but now really kind of spiritual leader. She really, with Super Soul Conversations, has opened me up to a lot of different thought leaders and spiritual leaders. And she says, be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. So again, like I love this teaching, put wherever you put your thoughts in your mind is what will manifest in your life, essentially, is what she's saying. And that's kind of an abundance mindset too, is what she's saying, right? Like the more gratitude, the more energy you put into something, positive energy, you're gonna create more of that in your life, right? And the inverse is true too. If you keep investing your thought and your energy into things that aren't serving you, you're going to get more of that as well. So really just being mindful of where we're investing our thoughts and our energy, right? I think that's really kind of the wisdom of Oprah here. So don't want to focus on the lack. Don't want to say things like I am broke or I am poor. It's a very negative statement that also becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I am abundant. I am rich in love and money. If that's your goal too, there's no shame in seeking abundance in many forms. As long as it's not about feeding the ego and more about how you can be of service ultimately to others. So, and I think Oprah is a great example of an abundant, wealthy person that has done that. And then Alan Cohen, also another American author, he says, appreciation is the highest form of prayer, for it acknowledges the presence of good wherever you shine the light of your thankful thoughts. And this one, I just love this one too. Thinking of appreciation as a prayer, it really is kind of this gesture that we give to others. It's easy to just kind of pass off a quick thanks as like just something that we do, but a true gesture of appreciation does become a prayer or a devotion to who we're sending that appreciation to. So it is really powerful. And it acknowledges the presence of good wherever you shine the light of your thankful thoughts. So, and that makes me think of the light of awareness. Your thankful thoughts, the light of awareness, mindfulness. These are all kind of different words for the same thing, essentially. We're shining this light into a dark place. The dark place being our fear, doubt, worry, anger, all those kind of negative, unpleasant emotions. We're shining that light of awareness, shining that light of thankful thoughts. And when we start seeing the world through that lens, through that half full part of the glass, we can find gratitude in almost any situation. And it's a very, very powerful lens to reframe your experience in life. So I hope those are helpful. I know just in the last week for myself at work and my day job, had a lot of stress and anxiety and a lot of work. And these quotes and these teachings on gratitude definitely have been important to just keep reminding myself every day, especially when things start to get stressful, to kind of come back and think about your gratitude. What are you grateful for? Count your blessings. So, before we get into our meditation, just wanted to share a few points around the science of gratitude, because there is a lot of great science around how thankfulness does improve our physical and mental health. So research shows that your physical health improves with gratitude. People with gratitude report fewer aches and pains. They have a greater feeling of health overall. They tend to get better sleep than people that don't regularly practice gratitude. They tend to exercise more. And they also tend to get frequent checkups with their doctor. So all great things for your health as you practice gratitude. Your mental health improves. Your outlook on life becomes more happy, joyful. Suffering and depression are reduced through this lens of gratitude. Also, one study found that it actually helps you make new friends, which is kind of cool. So just thanking a new acquaintance makes that person more likely to seek a lasting relationship with you. So thankfulness in those early relationships really does go a long way in building trust. And gratitude, really, if you think of it, it's a gesture of humility, right? Because you're kind of giving acknowledgement to this other person and saying, thank you for your service, thank you for your love, whatever it may be. It's a gesture of humility and acknowledging the other person. So makes sense that it would also help you make friends. And also enhances empathy and reduces aggression. So for our compassion practice and meditation and mindfulness, gratitude is definitely hand in hand with continuing to develop and cultivate our own compassion for ourselves and others. And you may also be wondering, what are some more practical tips to really start to hone in on gratitude a little bit more? Start to make it a daily habit, because that's always the challenge, right? And I've experimented with this quite a bit in the last year on my own. And I can tell you the most effective way to start a gratitude practice, or any new habit for that matter, is to attach the new practice to a habit that you already have, right? So if you make coffee or tea in the morning, that's a great habit to then reflect on something that you're grateful for, right? Perhaps just going to the bathroom to wash your face or shave in the morning. That's a good moment to then practice your gratitude. Or perhaps at bed, before you go to bed, maybe you have a gratitude journal, or not. Maybe you just, before you go to bed and set the alarm, you think of 1 to 3 things that you're grateful for. So all of these kind of techniques, these are kind of proven to build new habits. Is you attach a new practice that you want to become a habit, you attach it to a current habit that's already embedded in your day-to-day life. So I've done that personally with my kids, walking up the stairs, my 4-year-old, taking her to bed as we walk up the stairs. That's a trigger for me to ask her what she's grateful for. And so that's been a practice that we've done pretty regularly. But it's a helpful reminder for me that when I go up the stairs with my daughter, I ask her what she's grateful for. My other practice is around gratitude journals, which I highly recommend, which it took me a while to adopt it, but I did adopt the gratitude journal. I started, here's the journal I'm using. I got this off of Amazon. You can find a lot of these on Amazon, which is great. And these are kind of cool because basically it's like it's just like 3 lines or 3 things that you're grateful for. It's not a big paragraph. You're not writing an essay. It's just list out 3 things that you're grateful for before you go to bed. So I started this at the beginning of this year, 2021, and it's been a really great practice to do that right before bed. It really helps kind of calm the nerves and forget about any stresses or anxiety from the day, and just tune into what I'm grateful for before I go to bed. And I can tell you, most of those things are definitely not big things. They're all about relationships and either moments that I shared with my wife or my kids, or moments of connection with coworkers and neighbors. So really, this practice has reminded me, especially since, we're still in kind of a quarantine with COVID, and I work from home. So I don't see a lot of people, but the people that I do see in the interactions that are meaningful, like those are the most important moments of my day. And I've realized that doing this gratitude journal. So I don't think you'll have any regrets if you decide to do a gratitude journal. One other technique that I know people use too. I haven't done this one as much, but a gratitude rock or a gratitude object. This is again like another trigger to remind you to think of something you're grateful for. So with the gratitude rock, the idea, you have it in your pocket. And so in the morning, you put it in your pocket and you think about something you're grateful for. As you're going about your day, if you feel it in your pocket, you think about something you're grateful for. And then at the end of the day, when you're taking your items out of your pockets, putting your clothes away, you think of something you're grateful for, right? So that's another technique. It can be a rock, it can be a special object of importance, just something a little special that gets you to think about your gratitude, and why you're thankful. So yeah, I hope some of those are helpful. Definitely encourage everyone to experiment. Especially just try over the next few days to experiment with this idea of a gratitude practice, and kind of think of it as, just something you would do routine every day, just like making coffee or eating breakfast or lunch or dinner, whatever it is, just bake it into your daily routine. Great. Yeah. So with that, let's go ahead and get into a meditation. Let's begin. Greetings, this is Dustin Guinee. I'll be your guide on today's body scan meditation with gratitude. If you're new to body scan meditations, this will be a great introduction, as we will scan from the bottom of our feet to the top of our head, and bringing some mindful awareness to different parts of our body, as we also give thanks for those parts of our body. So as we go through this practice, you may have pleasant or unpleasant or neutral feelings about different parts of the body, and that's perfectly natural. But I invite you to not get caught up in any narratives around certain parts of the body, particularly any guilt or shaming, whether it's feeling that my belly is too fat or ears are too big, or whatever judgments we may have as narratives that often run, let's welcome those to quiet down and practice non-judgmental awareness around the body as we give thanks. So let's go ahead and get started by bringing our awareness to our feet. Bringing your awareness to your toes. Bringing your awareness to the bottom of your feet, the soles of your feet. And just breathing through each of these moments, mindful of the breath, mindful of the feet. Your feet are the vehicles from which you travel through the world. They get you to where you need to go, whether walking or running, cycling, swimming. They're incredible, incredible tools. They give us the stability to stand, the agility to run, and to dance. And so we just want to send some loving thankfulness to our feet. Thank you, feet. Thank you, toes, for all that you do. And bringing our awareness now to our calves and our shins, our lower leg. Bringing awareness to the muscles and the bone of the lower leg, giving us structure and stability, allowing us to stand for those that are able to stand. Bringing that awareness to our knees, our joints, which give us the ability to move our legs, to bend our legs, to sit, walk, run. And bringing our awareness to our thighs, our upper leg, the quadriceps, some of the largest muscles in the body, in the legs, the upper thighs. Giving thanks to all aspects of our legs, lower knees, upper thighs. Really just thanking them without judgment for everything that they do for us. Thank you for your service. And bringing our awareness further up the body, bringing our awareness to the reproductive organs, to the area without guilt or shame, really just thanking the creation, the creator, for the ability to have these organs that give us not only the miracle of life, but so many other pleasures in this world. Without shame, without judgment, we thank this area of our body. Thank you, reproductive organs. And moving to the digestive system, the belly, the intestines, the bladder, and the anus as well, to to release the waste from the food products that we're digesting. We give thanks to all of these parts. They're all essential to our health. The intestines full of microbiome and bacteria breaking down all of the food that we're eating, hopefully promoting healthy microbiome with healthy, nutrient-rich foods. We become aware of the gut. It's the second brain. All the neuron receptors sending information back and forth to our brain. Very intelligent system, the digestive tract. So we give thanks and praise. Thank you, digestive system. And moving up and around the digestive system to the lower back and the spine, the support system for all of these organs, the back, the spine. Bringing awareness to our ribs and our rib cage and our middle back and the spine in general. Just really the central structure for our bodies. Many of us hold a lot of stress and anxiety in the back. We may have challenges with the back that can be difficult at times. But now we just want to thank the back for its service, for being that support, for allowing us to stand upright, allowing us to sit upright. Thank you, back, spine, rib cage, for your protection and stability. And moving our awareness to the area of the heart. And you can even put a hand or two on the heart. Our loving awareness to the heart. The heart really, truly is the life force, pumping blood into our body 24/7, never taking a break, never resting. And most of these organs never really take a break for that matter, but the heart especially, such an important organ for us and often considered the center of love and these more deeper emotions coming from that heart center. So we just want to thank you, heart, for all that you do, for pumping this blood to our body, giving us life. We thank you. And along with the heart in this area is the lungs, also essential to survival, the place in which oxygen is processed in the body, that's converted into energy, into blood that runs throughout the body, into virtually every aspect of life is required to have oxygen coming into the body and converted into usable energy for our cells. So we thank you, lungs, for everything that you do, allowing us to breathe, inhale, and exhale. We thank you, lungs, for your service. And bringing our awareness up to the shoulders. And you may want to put a hand on the shoulders. You may even want to do a shoulder roll if that feels right. Kind of roll your shoulders up and roll them back. And you may even want to tilt your head from side to side. Just kind of rolling the shoulders back. The shoulders carry a lot of stress, a lot of tension for those of us sitting at desks most of the day. Those arms getting pulled down by gravity and the shoulders taking the brunt of that tension. Really want to give our gratitude to the shoulders and all the work that they do, the holding of our limbs, our arms. Thank you, shoulders, for your service. Moving down to the arms, the bicep, the tricep, down to the elbow, the forearms, arms to hug a loved one, arms to hold a child. Our arms are so important. And the hands at the end of the arms are also such an incredible creation that we enjoy. From the palm of our hands to each digit on the hands. For those of us that are fortunate enough to have hands, it's such a powerful tool to play a guitar, to write a letter to a loved one, to perform, to hold tools, to build skyscrapers. What these hands are capable of doing is only limited by your mind. The hands, thank you. Thank you, hands, for your service. Moving our awareness back up the body, up the arms, to the shoulders and to the neck and throat. The neck and throat. And if you feel any tension, you can put a loving hand on the neck. I know a lot of us have a lot of tension in the neck. If you want to move your head from side to side and have your hands on your neck or upper shoulders, you can do that. And just really thanking the neck, thanking the throat. So much stability in holding up our head. The throat allows us to take in oxygen. It allows us to speak language, make connections with other beings. Such a powerful transitional area, the throat region. It is a highway of oxygen and carbon dioxide and language. So we thank you, neck and throat, for your service. The mouth through which all of these breaths and language are channeling through the tongue, the lips, the teeth, They allow us to speak. They allow us to eat. Where would we be without the mouth? So grateful for the mouth, for the teeth, for the tongue. You may even want to just give yourself a slight Buddha smile, thinking about the mouth. Just a little smile, giving thanks to the mouth. And you may notice when you do a little Buddha smile, you just feel a little bit happier. And there's actually good science behind that. We actually do feel happier when we smile. It's a physiological reality. So give yourself a little smile. Smiling for the mouth and giving thanks. And of course, the nose is also important to breathing, speaking, smelling. The majority of our taste comes from our smell. Where would we be without the fragrances of wonderful food, the scent of roses and flowers? So many wonderful smells experienced through the nose. Oxygen taken in through the nose. We give thanks. Moving our awareness to the eyes. For those of us that are fortunate enough to have working eyes, maybe we don't see all the colors, maybe we don't see much at all. But whatever we can see, we're thankful. The eyes truly the portals between the mind and the rest of the outside world. The eyes allowing us to see the colors of the world. All the diverse hues of humanity, of nature, all the radiant, bright colors of flowers and plants all around us, just radiating their joy for our eyes to absorb. So much gratitude is taken in through the eyes. And we thank you, eyes, for your service. And moving to the mind, to the head, to the brain. This is truly the captain of the ship. Most important, well, not the most, they're all important, but we truly could not function without the brain. The brain is the executive functioning, the source of imagination, creation, of logic and reasoning, but also where fear, doubt, worry, anger, instincts, reaction, physical and mental reaction, all happening and processing in this powerful brain, the most powerful brain on the planet, the human brain. So we give thanks to the brain, to the mind, that elusive connection between the brain and the mind and the heart. We give thanks in bringing our entire body into our awareness now, from the tips of our toes to the top of our head, bringing our body into our loving, non-judgmental awareness. Whatever challenges we may have, can we reframe those challenges as opportunities of growth? In the body, challenges that we have, is there a lesson to be learned? Is there an emotion or habit that is manifesting itself in the body in the form of tension or stress? And can we start to become a little bit more aware of where we're holding our suffering in our body? This healing practice of body scan meditation is a journey. It is not a destination. So I thank you for joining me on this journey and being open-minded to bringing this level of compassion and awareness to the body. I know it's not easy for many of us dealing with issues of shame or guilt or all the negative things that we associate with the body. It's important for us to be mindful of those voices and take a step back and acknowledge the gratitude that we have for this vehicle that we have been given to borrow for our experience here on Earth. So, with that, I'd like to conclude with a poem that I've written entitled Sea of Blessings. I count my blessings like I count my breaths, thankful for each inhale, exhale all the rest. Lessons to be learned within every test. The love that we share reminds me that I'm blessed. Harder when apart, wholeness when we're close. It's the little things that matter the most. A loving embrace, a mindful touch, intentional attention fills up my cup. Holding hands in eye contact, dark meets light, opposites attract. Within every mind, in lightness there is dark. In darkness there is light, within every heart. Bring myself to account each day. Before I sleep, kneel down and pray. I count my blessings, sharing love and service. Connecting with others gives my life purpose. Moments of play when children are free. Sharing our connection liberates me, freeing me from the shackles of the mind, where constrictive constructs impose borderlines, narrowing my vision, reality out of view. I can no longer see between lies and the truth. Mind playing tricks on me, feeling disconnected, reframe my pain, growth resurrected. Thankful for my tests, thankful for my pain, lessons in the fall to get up and try again. Blessings collected in the ocean of my soul. Take a deep dive to remember that I'm whole. My friend, I ask you, when was the last time you immersed yourself in the sea of your blessings? Submerge yourself in stillness and remember what truly matters. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Hey there, friend. If you enjoyed that session and would like to join me in real time, then go to openmindsopenhearts.org and sign up for my free classes the first and third Wednesday of each month at 5 p.m. Pacific time. I'd love to meet you in person via Zoom online for these sessions. Also, on my website, you can find past guided meditations. You can find my training sessions where I go deeper into the science and mindfulness practices around this content. You'll find my poetry for meditation, original music, and a variety of other resources to guide you on your meditation and mindfulness practice. So go to openmindsopenhearts.org, sign up, and I hope to see you at the next session.